All right, sorry for all the confusion, guys. Let's start again here. I'm gonna go back in as Beth. This part will be roughly still the same because you're still gonna have to come in here and change your name to whatever you want it to be, change your color, all that's still the same. Come here, down to owner, choose the one I've assigned to you, hit save. I'm gonna turn off this music. Don't want to listen to that. And then now we'll come over here and grab your character that I created for you. In this case here, we got our dummy wizard. Now, you do want to go ahead and roll for your stat points first to begin with. Uh, Again, you can either do the standard array or the point buy system, whichever most appeals to you. For this demonstration, though, I'm just going to roll. So I'm going to come over to the chat tab and I'm going to type in. I'll have a macro for you, though. Roll for D6, keep high 3. Let me just copy that. Control C. And I'm just going to do this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And we'll get all of our stat points here. So it looks like I've got 14, 12, 14, 11. So 14 is my highest. If I want to do a wizard, I want to change, obviously, my intellect to one of those 14s. And then I got a 12. Let's put that in, what's my lowest one? 12. Let's put, no, 11. Let's put that in strength. And then I got a 12. You can put that in charisma. Charisma. And I got another 14. Let's put that into my wisdom. And then another 13. Let's put that into dex. And then another 13 into con. All right, so now I've got that, so I can turn off edit. And then everything else should be roughly still the same until I get to the part where I go through the spells and adding stuff to the inventory, because I did find a little bit better way to do some of that stuff. So you can skip through the leveling up and adding species and background part and come back when I get to the spells if you've already watched the first video. But let's go ahead and choose first our species. It's been renamed to species instead of race. For this purpose here, I'm going to just choose a high elf. And if you are watching this one the first time, didn't watch the first one, you can obviously, if they highlight when you mouse over them, you can click them to get a pop out where you could look at the description in full detail. And you can also go over to the advancement to see which, things advance with level up on each particular species. You can, of course, also with a little pop out, middle mouse click on that to get it to freeze so that you can come over to it to scroll it so it doesn't disappear on you. But we've selected it here, so now I hit select down here and we'll go through the steps here. It tells you step 1, just tells you about your size. You also learn one skill proficiency, so let's choose insight, hit next. You've got all those things there. We'll just go OK. And now you need your background, and your background will enable you to adjust these here further. So let's come over here. Additionally, all backgrounds, all level 1 characters, when you choose your background, you get a feat. With the previous example, I chose criminal because criminal gives us the alert feat, and I think that's kind of neat. So I'm going to just keep that again in this example, hit that. And now we can come through, you got your stats correctly imported in, and you're not starting out at all 10s on here. So you get 3 ability points. Some of them are locked and you can't change them. That's according to your background and or your species. I forget which one locks a couple of them, so you can't increment those. So let's come over here, and with 3 to choose from, let's bump our intelligence further with 2. And let's see, you know what? I want more HP, so let's bump the Constitution up here. And that's our 3. Get to learn 2 languages, so let's choose Elvish and Dwarvish again. Thieves' tools and all that stuff is just there for reference. And there's again about your feet. Hit complete. Okay, now we're done on that. So now we can go over to your features tab and choose your class. Again, we're going to do wizard. I recommend when you get to your class, go ahead and click to pop out the big button because that will come in handy. And then go ahead and select it and choose it. And for now, let's just minimize that. So up at the top, you can double click it to minimize it and keep it out of the way. And let's go ahead. Now, I previously had also said that you can change your spellcasting ability on here. You cannot. If you look at the wizard here, again, pop it up, you see that your primary ability is intelligence. Similarly with other classes, it tells you if you're a spellcaster, which one it is. You will just need to change it there to reflect that. It does not allow you to choose anything that you want. So with our wizard, we want intelligence, so make sure it's selected. Hit next. There's our con bonus onto it, so now our HP goes to 8. And those are just what we have per skill proficiencies in for saving throws. And now you get to choose 2 more. Let's go ahead and do investigation and arcana. Hit next. Get simple weapon proficiency. And you are a spellcaster, so I recommend going ahead and opening that and looking at that because there are also in here. You may want to minimize that by double clicking. Keep that here so that you can easily refer to it for spell casting. But you see all the rules on here. But specifically, if you're looking for your wizard's spell casting list, you can click right here to get it. I think, does it also show you in here, or does it give you a link for the spell class? Oh, I was wondering if it had a link to your spell book in here too, but it doesn't. So yeah, so you'll want to keep that spell casting one open because it'll give you a link to, in this case here, the wizard, since we chose wizard. Uh, so we can get to our spell casting, our list of available wizard spells at any time when we want it a little bit later. So we can actually just leave that one minimized and close this out here for now. So let's hit next. And cantrips known 3. So like I said previously, you're just going to keep remember what your maximum number prepared spells are when you get through level 5. So when we're done, we are going to level this character up to level 5 because that is the starting level for this next adventure. All right, so now we've basically got the gist of it here, fleshed out with a very basic level 1 wizard with no spells really or anything like that prepared yet. We'll go through and add all those at the very end. So now let's go over here and let's put him into edit mode. And back on features, we will increase your level to level 5. And now we go through the dialogue just like I did in the first one. Let's roll. If you didn't watch the first video, I'll give you 2 options for advancing your hit points. You can either roll. I will allow you to roll twice, selecting the higher of the 2 and entering that value into that box there. Or you can take the average. For a wizard, your hit dice is a d6, so the average is a 4 if you want to just play it safe. Or we can just roll. So let's just roll. I got a 5 on my first, a 1 on my second. So I want that 5, so I'm going to go in here and change it manually to a 5 and accept that. And I get another skill proficiency, so let's go with investigation. And you can see that you are a scholar, and again, you can see what it reads if you want to. Hit next, max prepared spells goes to 5. And now at level 3 it looks like, so let's go here. And now do your HP, same thing. A 6, can't roll any higher than that. I'm going to just keep that and keep going. Prepared spells go to 6. Now at level 3, all classes get a subclass at level 3. They have streamlined that. So let's click here. I want to just go with, well, again, you can click these to see what they all get, what the description is, what any advancements are to help you choose the correct subclass. I'm just going to pick one just here to keep this briefer. Hit that and hit next. We earn minor illusion. We get illusion savant and improved illusions. And now on to level 4, let's do our dice again. 1 boo, 5 better. Let's take that. Let's keep going. Now at level 4, if we choose the ability improvement, or we could do a feat if you want to, you can go through and do it if you rolled nicely and you're happy with your stats and don't want to take a ability score improvement. Well, let's go ahead. I'm just going to do this though. And I'm going to bump, I could either bump that to 18 or I could increase my dexterity and my strength so that I'm not quite so puny. That'll give me a plus. I'm just going to just bump to 18. Cantrips go to 4. Prepared spells go to 7. And again, keep your spellcasting ability on intelligence. You earn at level 5, you earn Misty Step. Let's do our hit points again. 5's better, we keep that. Keep going, you get Memorize Spell, and max prepared spells go to 9, and hit complete. Don't need to worry about that. Let's just delete that down. All right, now you'd want to go ahead and put your inventory items in on your character. So you can go over to inventory, and here on your wizard class, you see you get a number of items here. So you can just drag and drop from here. You get 2 daggers, an arcane focus, a quarterstaff, a robe, your spell book, a scholar's pack, and some gold, but I'm just going to give you all a little bit more gold to buy equipment from. You're going to be level 5, so this is for level 1, so we'll just ignore that. So that's good enough there to get you some very basic gear to start with. So now you can minimize that again, so you can have it available to refer to if you want to. Now spells on here, let's pop that open. Let's go to our spells tab, and now we've got the wizard spell list on here. Now if you looked at the other PDF, wizards have access to every wizard spell on there, and they just have to have the spell slot to choose from, right? I think that's the way it was, at least. So let's go through, and we have 4 total cantrips. We've already got 2. Always prepared ones that you get from your backgrounds and other features like that, or don't count towards your total known. So we get to add 4 more cantrips in here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get Mage Hand, and let's get Firebolt, Light, and Shocking Grasp. All right, now we come down to our level 5, our level 1 spell slots. I like Alarm. And again, you can click these to get all the information about it if you're unsure what they do. Let's see. We do want Identify 2. Let's give Mage Armor 3. Magic Missile 4. And I don't know. Maybe we want Thunder Wave. Now we got 5 more to choose. So let's see. Let's see, wait, no, technically you've got 9 prepared spells, so you can put 9 spells in here and just prepare them. So let's just go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now we need 5 more spells to put in there. Level 2. Well, we know we're going to want, let's get hold person. I don't know. Already got Misty Step. How about Shatter? Maybe Web. Who cares? And then now we get 2 third level spells. Let's come down here. And let's put in Fireball, of course, and Counter Spell. There we go. And of course, we can prepare those. You could throw more spells in there, but you can only have 9 prepared. Again, as a wizard, you have access to your entire spell list as the rules stated. So that can get confusing, or if you like to mix them up a little bit, go ahead and drag the ones that you think that you might want to occasionally switch to, and then on a long rest you can switch them. But keeping this handy someplace you can always easily change your spells out still too. All right, so that pretty much shows that part there. I still have to work on coming up with a better list of items for you guys to choose from. But when you get to buying equipment later, you're just going to go over to the compendium packs, and I'll try to find a better list of equipment for you. But you go to the player's handbook, you can go to equipment, and then you can go into your adventuring gear. Let's go over to your inventory tab, and you've already got your scholar's pack. So let's go ahead and let's see, maybe you want a bedroll, and I don't know, how about a tent or something like that? Here we go, a tent. We're not going to make this overly complicated. We're just going to skip through this. You're obviously going to want to spend more time making sure that you get the right armor. So let's come in here with light armor proficiency. Wait, let's go with padded armor. Let's go ahead and equip it. Let's equip your quarterstaff. And then you're going to want to get weapon you've already got. Under simple, that's all your proficiencies. You already got a quarterstaff. Right now, there are no magic items listed in here. I'm gonna have to find a good repository or database of here or compendium of magic items because at level 5, you should. I'm going to figure out how many magic items and of what, I guess, quality or power level of them you should have. But we'll to be determined, and I'll try to again find some magic items for you to choose from. All right, guys. Sorry for all the confusion. Hopefully, this is a little quicker video though, and see you on Monday.